Hello, I hope you're all okay. Thank you for joining me. I am down at the allotment today. It's Tuesday the 16th of July 2024. It's about 11 o'clock. I've been down here for a couple of hours. It's my last push today. This is the only full day I've got to come down here. Well, a large amount of time. I've got a good couple of hours to come down here before the summer holidays. So I want to make a really big dent in the weeding and get everything that was in my greenhouse planted here for the season, for the rest of the season really. So last push. I've spent the last 20 minutes doing some weeding. I got down here and I just wanted to get started. I wanted to get the momentum going, so I'll show you what I've been doing. So next to the polytunnel, this was all absolutely full of weeds. So this is the big pile of weeds here that I have taken from there, and then I've slowly started working my way down the edge. You can see I've started this bit and I've just got that bit to do up there, and I've weeded in between here, and I've just started down at the end there. So I've sort of been going in a line and then down sort of around the bed so that nowhere gets missed. But last night we had thunderstorms. We had so much rain last night. The rain absolutely hammered it down, thunder and lightning. And then Friday, we're expected to have 29 degrees. So you know what happens when we get a bit of heat once we've had a bit of rain? The weeds go mad. Our plants hopefully will go mad as well, our crops, but the weeds go mad. So I want to get a bit of a hold on it today, get the rest of my stuff planted, and then I should be all right for the summer holidays. I should just then be harvesting and then, you know, sowing the odd thing and planting, you know, like the short season crops. But yeah, I'm excited to sort of be down here for an amount of time because I haven't really had it recently, and the sun's actually just come out, which is nice. So I'm going to take my jacket off and I'm going to carry on with my weeding. So the good thing is, because it's been raining so much, when I go to pull a weed, like this for example, it literally just comes out. So it's really easy to weed today. So this is not going to take me long at all. Also, when you look at the bindweed, it looks pretty bad, but when you actually start pulling it and it comes up, it covers quite a big area, but it's actually not that hard to pull. So in a really short amount of time, hopefully I'll clear all of the paths of their weeds. And then, to be honest, there's not a lot of weeds actually in the beds because I've been quite on top of that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to get done now. Okay, so I have weeded all of the pathways. As you can see, it's a lot clearer now. So just in this corner here, well, I suppose it is the whole corner that I've done, right up to the apple tree and round. The only bit I haven't done is where the foxgloves were. So first of all, I need to harvest the foxglove seeds for next year. I mean, look how tall they are. These were absolutely stunning this year, they really were. Anyway, I am going to take off the seed pods. So I'm going to take off these, and I'm just going to put them straight into this carrier bag because there is quite a few. That is what I'm going to do. I've actually just had a thought. I think what I'm going to do is just snip them in sections with my secateurs and put the sections in the bag. I don't think there's a need to strip them all. I think I'm going to do that. So the foxgloves have now gone. Oh, seems really weird not seeing them there. They were so gorgeous this year. So they've gone, nothing left of them. I have harvested I harvested quite a few, but I will show you why I put the rest in the compost. If you look inside this bag, at the bottom, that is all seeds. So I've got quite a lot of foxglove seeds, so I didn't need all of them. So the rest of the stems I've just chopped down and put them in the compost, and I'm going to do that with the rest of these piles that I've got. I'm just going to pop them in the compost now, and then I'm going to weed round the raspberry bed, which was my compost bed, because that is looking crazy right now. That's got so many things growing on it, I'll show you. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of bindweed. The raspberries are doing well as well, but there's a lot of bindweed in there, so I'm going to get all of that next. So first of all, I'm going to pop all the things I've just taken down and all the weeds in the compost bin. Okay, now I'm going to tackle the raspberry area. Okay, so that is all done, all weeded, so I've just got my raspberries in there now, and to be honest, they're looking really good. They're bushing out really nicely. So I've got 4 plants all together. So these were ones moved from my garden. That'll probably take up that space, to be honest. I've got 3 in there. But anyway, there's no weeds in there now. It looks much better, doesn't it? Easier on the eye. So I've got 2 more areas. So the wildlife area, which has got my pond in it as well, I'm gonna leave because I quite like it looking like that, and I think it's good for all the little insects and everything. What I am going to do though is just outside the polytunnel, I will show you. Just a few weeds there. So I'm just going to do this area. There's not much weeding needing doing in the polytunnel. I mean, there's a few bits of grass here, but apart from that, that's it. So I'm not going to worry about the polytunnel today. And I'm not going to worry about the mini polytunnel today because I'm going to concentrate on them tomorrow afternoon because I've got a little bit of time then. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on tomorrow afternoon. So really, I've only now got this bit here to weed. Let's have a little look around, shall we? See what we've got. These are just bits I haven't picked up, so you can see there. I'll go around and pick up all the bits I missed. There's a tiny bit here that I've missed, I think. But apart from that, everything is looking really, really clear. The beds, like I've said, I've tried to keep weeded. So there's just a few little bits of grass, but that's it. And really, it's just this area. But again, that bindweed looks really bad. But when you start picking it up, and like this area here, when you actually start weeding it, it's not actually sometimes as bad as it looks. So I'm nearly at the end of the weeding. This is a really boring job, and it's something that you have to do but nobody really enjoys doing, but it's so satisfying. And from experience, I know if I leave it, I've had loads of rain, we get that 29 degrees Friday, we've got quite nice weather coming. I say quite nice, better than what we've had up until then. It's just going to go crazy. The weeds really will take over, and I really don't want that. So I'm going to get it done now. I don't have to worry about it. That looks much better. A lot clearer. Now, I don't really mind too many weeds. I mean, it's just when they go overtaking. I'm not too particular. I don't try and get every single weed out because actually you're never going to do that on an allotment. You might be able to. It's not something I can achieve. So I just think that's a lot clearer. Looks a lot nicer on the eye. There is some, where I pulled up some of the grass, I noticed it had already gone to seed, and there's some seed on the floor. But I think tomorrow, on my way down here, I'll bring a wheelbarrow of wood chip down here and cover that, so then that should stop those from germinating. But it doesn't take too long to pull them up anyway. I just need to do this side. So I'm quickly going to do that side, and then I'm going to start planting my spare pumpkins. Okay, there you go, all weeded. That literally took me a couple of minutes. It was really easy. The sun keeps coming out and going back in. It's actually really nice. So anyway, I've got my pumpkins. So these are my spare ones. So all the others have got eaten. These were the last ones that I had left. I was sort of thinking, should I pot them on and then bring them up? But we haven't got much left of, we have got a lot of season left, but we haven't, if you know what I mean. So I thought I'm just going to bring them down and plant them. If they don't come to anything, They don't come to anything, but what's the worst that can happen? They get eaten. Everything else has this year, hasn't it? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is plant them in these beds because there's quite a lot of room in them. And I've also got this bed behind me which did have the courgettes in, which is nothing left of them. I'm not going to have any courgettes this year, I think. So anyway, I'm going to plant these pumpkins in and around here and then see what happens. Cross my fingers, I guess. Best of luck to you, mate. Okay, so I have got all the pumpkins planted in these 3 beds here. I've put a few in where the peas were, just at the front, and then I put some beans in this one. I don't know how they're gonna do. To be honest, I'm a bit over it now. I'm over everything getting eaten, so I'm like, if you're gonna get eaten, you're gonna get eaten. I'm taking that approach to it now. There are some things that are doing really well. So I think I showed you in my last video, I've got some beans, which are looking really good. I've got my Greek gigantes / something else. I think they've been cross-pollinated, someone said. So some of the flowers are red and some of the flowers are white, but I don't care, win is a win. And yeah, I've got some more beans on here, but they're looking good as well. So I haven't got as much of everything as I had last year, for example, but I have got things. Things are doing well. I'm trying to look at that. So my rhubarb's looking good as well, so I'm pleased with that, and my tomatoes are looking good, to be honest. I'm going to water them now. I'm quite happy what I've done today. I've done the job that probably is the job that we all hate. It's probably one of the worst jobs, having an allotment or a garden. Weeding, like no one wants to do it, but once you've done it, it's quite satisfying. My paths all look really good now, and yeah, I'm going to get in here now and water my tomatoes, and then tomorrow I'm going to prune the mini polytunnel. So all of this is going to get pruned because that's getting a bit overgrown, and I will probably just weed. The only bit I didn't do was the bit beyond the fruit cage where the new pumpkins are now, the pumpkin trellis I've made. They're the only bits that really need a weed, but to be honest, the plot's looking really good. Once I've done that, I might do a couple of wood chip runs and just top it up a bit, but I'm pleased with what I've done today. The weather's actually improved a little bit. The sun's been coming in and out. We've got a nice day coming Friday, 29 degrees, which I'm excited about. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.